My child, selected one, give me your whole attention. September 17th is not a typical Wednesday. It has been designated as an afternoon that changes everything, and it has been marked and etched. In the endless cycle of weeks, Wednesday isn't always a Wednesday. It is a pivotal day, a threshold, a turning point, and a revelation from God. This day was etched into your story before you had even set foot on this planet. A calendar would be the best way to see the date. Heaven, however, sees a decree. The only other morning sun that you can see is this one. But heaven observes the opening of a gateway. A broad swinging gate, a predetermined point at which time and fate clash. It's not always a random Wednesday. It's deliberate. The story takes a turn on this page. The storyline changes at this sentence. As soon as the illumination intensity increases, you are screened. You have to keep in mind that September 17th has typically been there. You are currently on the verge of its disclosure. How do you realize that today isn't always like this? Return to the symptoms and indicators. They had stopped diffusing. It's creating tension for your soul, uneasiness for your heart, and agitation for your nights. The numbers continue to appear, repeating themselves on signs, symptoms, clocks, and receipts. The goals became more intense. Discussions repeated topics that were too coincidental to be coincidences. You could feel the voltage change, even in stillness, as if the cosmos itself was leaning forward to say, pay interest. You noticed that some styles were being repeated. You felt doors opening, hinges closing, and opportunities swirling closer. Everything turns into holy language. It all turned into prophetic crumbs that brought you to this point. Not every September 17th is a good day. It is the outcome. It's distant from the results of every push, the harvest of every signal, and the manifestation of what your soul already knew was on the horizon. Engagement is necessary in situations like these. Passively coasting through September 17th is not an option. You have to intentionally align yourself. Fill the ecology with your best wishes. Set the range Amen as your sign of approval. This is not a small matter. It is quite strong. Amen is a symbol for the end of a cycle, the closing of a chapter, and the approaching edge of fullness and completeness. You vibrate in time with the beat of heaven as you claim it, telling the cosmos, the antique is whole, and I am equipped for the brand new. All symbolic actions are significant, even liking or sharing, typing, speaking, and writing. These are acts of settlement that are prophetic. They're not electronic. They may not be religious. September 17th calls for alignment, and they are your way of saying, I am conscious. I am aligned. I am equipped for this day. And what you do today will determine your fate. Your lifestyle has not been random, even if it is viewed as chaotic. Heaven turned into an orchestra. Imagine an orchestra being led by a skilled conductor through crescendo, tension, and quiet. Every rejection, detour, and put-off was not in vain. All of it became a part of the association. You believed that the notes were off-key, but creating a symphony was nirvana. The crescendo is on September 17th. It will become evident what the association is this Wednesday. What you thought was wasted time became virtually prudent positioning. What you believed was quiet was only a deliberate pause. Heaven displays the orchestration these days. On Wednesday, you will get a key. It unlocks doors that have been closed for years. It aligns options that you would not have otherwise been forced to consider. The evidence is September 10. All along, the grasped strategist has been in motion. The 10th of September is not usually a Wednesday. It's a gateway. A door you open is not a gateway. The passage transports you for a mile. You go from one domain to another on Wednesday, from scarcity to overflow, from delay to acceleration. Your efforts exceeded your harvest for too long. You put in a lot of effort but got little in return. Despite your painstaking efforts, you only saw pieces. These days, that season is over. The day of heavenly acceleration is September 10. It will now take months instead of years. Weeks will pass that took months. It will take days what took weeks. Choose multiples. What your arms touch. Your component is overflowing. You don't put in endless effort for little rewards. Right now, you enter a rhythm where your efforts are multiplied tremendously by the breath of heaven. The bridge into overflow is September 10. There is a fracture in the cocoon. The barriers that once surrounded you have crumbled. You were meant to fly, but instead you crawled. You carried weights that seemed indestructible, and you suffered through cycles of failure. The Wednesdays of the past seemed weighty, repetitive, and survival-oriented. However, this Wednesday isn't about surviving. This is a distant emergence. The Wednesday of freedom is today. There is damage to the chains. The ceilings are broken. The walls have fallen down, the restrictions preventing you from practicing. That's when you spread your wings. You soar on this day. September 17th announces that you are no longer constrained. You're free now. But don't overlook this. Only when inner entrances are unlocked do outside doorways open. A change in identification is necessary on September 17th. You cannot cross this barrier with the baggage of previous seasons. Here, fear has no passport. There is no visa for doubt. There is no cost to insecurity. You must adopt a new self-perception. You need to know yourself, as heaven is aware of you. Selected, worthy, known as geared up, destiny. These days, you have to assume the roles of a builder, a breaker, and a legacy servant. There are those who are pleading with you. The only one who has it is you. It's not only you who is unworthy. The only person appointed is you. However, doors now react to more than simply identification attempts. September 17th is saying, include who you are, and the adventure itself will make a way for you. Possibly you sensed it. You can't sleep anymore because of the strain, the restlessness, and the anxiety. Don't take it the wrong way. Not all the time is it dangerous. Shipping is involved. In the same way that contractions come before birth, discomfort comes before breakthrough. The shaking in your chest, the agitation in your soul, and the stress on your surroundings may not be indications that you should cut down. They may be indicators to amplify. A tower is present on September 17th. It hums with anticipation. It hums with excitement. It's not terror that you feel. Heaven is pressing hard on the barrier, ready to pierce your reality. The discomfort is proof. A step forward is on the horizon, selected one. You're prepared. Not after any other cycle, not in a day, and not in an idea. You're ready now. The statement of your preparedness is due on September 17th. You are prepared for resources, responsibility, and recognition, outfitted for pleasure, tranquility, and visibility. Geared up for the spotlight so that it will no longer pass over you. Get ready for the plenty that is kept for you. Ready for the conveyance that heaven hath been holding in reserve. You're not unready. Using the valleys, the scars, and the delays, you're very well organized. The 10th of September yells, the schooling is ended. The preparation is complete. The elevation is now. This Wednesday will no longer go by without evidence. Heaven never stops confirming its decrees. Look forward to it. An unexpected message, a door creaking open, a possibility falling into your lap, a chunk that settles so deeply it cannot be shaken, even clarity on your spirit so sharp it seems like lightning. Evidence will be presented. September 17th is not an empty announcement. It is far from evidence. This Wednesday will demonstrate to you that the shift is not abstract, no longer a principle, and no longer someday. It's far from here. It's far now. It's miles visible. A lot of Wednesdays have been surpassed in repetition. Equal arm, same tasks, equal cycle, equal heaviness. Repetition dulled your spirit, making it seem as though your existence could continue to appear the same. It is the rebellion of heaven against stagnation. It is far from the rebellion of your future against the cycles that tried to define you. September 17th rips up the script of sameness and writes a new story. You are no longer repeating, you are rewriting. Waiting has given way to becoming. Preparing has given way to manifesting. September 17th is the day of revolution. The valleys were classrooms. The tears were training. The delays were drills in perseverance. The scars were marks of energy. None of it was wasted. Everything is coming together. Now heaven advertises. Education is entire. The date of your graduation is September 17th. You are moving from training that is concealed to preparedness that is revealed, from practice to performance. Your scars are not disqualifications. They are proof that you have survived. Crowns of your authority, medals of your perseverance. You're not vulnerable. You've been cast. You're not behind it. You're ready. The transition from education to ruling occurs on September 10. Today, heaven is speaking, and it's speaking widely. In other words, conversations have levels. Coded confirmation is carried by encounters. There is illumination even in quiet. These days, don't ignore anything. On September 17th, nothing happens by accident. Every component, alignment, and little indication is a message from God. The superior viewpoint will be shown on Wednesday. It demonstrates why time was important, why certain delays happened, and why positive portals closed. If you focus closely, you'll listen to heaven's voice in every area of your day. This Wednesday is the collision point. Time on the calendar clashes with eternal law. Acceleration results from the impact. It creates unforeseen adjustments. It produces effortless alignment. What does not arrive on time, and what defies breaking? Now what crawling runs. September 17th is not a very busy day. The day is light. Mild with breakthrough, mild with momentum. Nothing can resist the rush created by the collision between time and the future. The wind shift, the moment when fate triumphs against postponement, occurs on September 10. Don't take this lightly. There is September 17th, but it's also a risk. It requires responsibility. You can't predict new ranges and understand antique behavior. Old identities cannot be carried over into new seasons. Rooms made for your grandeur are not places for you to play small. The 10th of September demands courage. It demands clarity. It requires stewardship. Preserve your lucidity. Keep your mind safe. Don't doubt. Avoid becoming distracted. The weight of today is just too great to be wasted. Take good care of it. Step into it completely. Living September 17th as the day of the future is your duty. Miles, the curtain has been raised. The lights are up. You are always the center of attention. Your unveiling is scheduled on September 17th. You practiced without talking. In obscurity, you organized. You refined your trade in hiddenness. But now there is no more hiding. Your degree is this. It's your total performance. Your revelation is that. Shame is no longer exposed by the spotlight. To honor, it demonstrates. Everything you developed in private is prepared for public display. The day of disclosure is set on September 10. Come forward, selected one. The industry is prepared to examine you. This Wednesday won't stop and leave you the same way. It will leave a residue. The change will not go away. You could feel stronger, lighter, and clearer every day. You can't go back to sleep once you're awake. Once it has grown, it cannot be reduced. Forward motion is guaranteed on September 17th. It ensures permanent change. This line cannot be moved by the old. These days the new you starts. The mood of September 17th is not fleeting. This change is by no means permanent. Being ready is not a passive state. It smiles as stance. It's being vigilant. The expectancy is miles. A mile of resolute action is required. People who are awake, involved, and not sleeping are rewarded on September 10. Opportunities will arise. Take them. Doors will splinter open. Push beyond them. There will be alignments. Be like them. Don't hesitate. Don't put it off. Do it immediately. Don't miss this opportunity. The value of September 17th is just too great to be wasted. It's far too late to move around. Every hardship, checkpoint, and valley transformed into something that is now not squandered. September 17th is the monument wherein coaching meets opportunity. It's the day when everything comes together. Nowadays you may observe threads woven, trends unveiled, and clarity growing. I now feel what I formerly thought was detached. What seemed pointless suddenly has a purpose. The 10th of September is affirmation. You are no longer at the rear, forgotten, or disregarded. You're aligned. You arrive on time. You're exactly where you should be. The open door is no longer recognizable. Go through it. Don't keep looking at the possibility. Put it into practice. The 10th of September requires bravery. Lies will be spoken by fear. Excuses will be spoken by doubt, but today's clarity is keen. And clarity necessitates action. The ambitious are rewarded this Wednesday. Motion is rewarded. Faith in action is rewarded. Avoid reducing. Do no longer delay. Take decisive, brave, and audacious action. The people who flow deserve the prize. This Wednesday comprises popularity. Efforts that were previously concealed will now be recognized. Sacrifices as soon as unseen will now be notified. You could stop being invisible now. Earth will now witness what heaven saw, and healing follows recognition. Extended returns are what are lost. What gets harmed is rebuilt stronger. What became not on time arrives expanded. September 17th is the day of popularity and recovery. It saves time. It doubles benefits. What was altered into something stolen is restored. Not every stride forward is exactly you. It surpasses your life. It has generational significance. It will inspire, enlighten, and lead others as it spreads. Their courage comes from yours. Their testimony will be your triumph. Their blueprint is your story. It's a generational breakthrough on September 17th. It is a step forward for legacy. This is not the kind of change that people will link back to their own ascent. The lighthouse is you. The blueprint is you. The testimony is you. Some people will laugh. Some others would ignore it and remark, "It's just another Wednesday." They will doubt. Stop allowing their blindness to impair your vision and foresight. Don't let their incredulity take advantage of your readability any longer. Keep this moment safe. Guard at the moment. Prayer is September 17th, and prayer must be protected. Protect your faith. Shield yourself. Be inventive and perceptive. Don't restrict what heaven can do. Refuse to treat what heaven considers holy as ordinary. This Wednesday, protect it like the priceless gem it is. So allow it to be proclaimed. The 10th of September is heavenly. It isn't typical. It's not informal. It is distant from the hinge, the dividing line, and the turning point. It is by no means the designated Wednesday, the Great Wednesday, or the exposing Wednesday. There will be no more continuity from this point forward. The old-fashioned tale comes to an end. The new bankruptcy begins to change. Heaven commands. Today is the day when everything is constantly changed. Now up, chosen one. Walk confidently into this current day. Go all the way into it. Think about it carefully. Make a loud claim. You have September 17th. This Wednesday is your day. You have been chosen by the future. You are marked by heaven. Now the world will see you. You may not be on an equal footing from now on. You are being unveiled here. That's how you're rising. This revolution is yours. Stroll confidently, because you are the rightful owner of that enormous Wednesday. Selected one on September 8th and 9th, paying you unexpectedly. These phrases are a heavenly invitation to enter a second so that you might constantly swap your existence. Heaven is breaking into the regular, and what once turned into a season of warfare, waiting, and uncertainty is about to shift right into a season of divine overflow. September 8th and 9th are more than simply calendar days. They are designated fashion moments intended to reward you in ways you never would have imagined. These dates will signal a turning point, a moment whereby the complete thing that has not been on time will come into place. The moment for heavenly compensation has arrived after heaven has heard your petitions and seen your sacrifices. Get yourself prepared because you could experience heavenly provision like never before during these days. It is not your human methods or hard effort that will bring you the blessing on September 8 and 9. It is not something you have earned on your own. It's a testament to your obedience, perseverance, and consideration of God's finest time, and it goes well beyond supernatural restitution. This blessing has a miraculous quality. It will have accessible methods that you would not anticipate from unexpected locations, and bureaucracy that will astound you. Some will experience unexpected financial support, assessments in the mail, money that has been magically erased, or the opening of new contracts. Others may benefit from emotional healing or the influx of tranquility into formerly turbulent locations. Spiritually, the blessing will provide a dazzling sense of purpose, readability, and revitalized imagination and foresight. This heavenly restitution is a life-changing event rather than a one-time purchase. Your lives will be reset, and you will be in harmony with your divine destiny. There may be more overflow than you anticipated. Interaction is necessary to elicit this benefit. Faith does not sit idly by. It is bustling. How you participate in what God is doing on September 8th and 9th will decide how you enjoy the overflow. You are entering into divine agreement as you engage with this prophetic second, commenting on your wishes and saying amen to align yourself with the divine frequency. Without action, faith is nothing. Furthermore, commenting, sharing, and subscribing are not only done for the sake of being involved. This activation is not at all non-secular. You are declaring that you are ready to receive and prepared to walk into your season of favor. It's more than simply a video. Essentially, it's a call to raise your spiritual frequency and get ready for what heaven is about to release, a divine training. You're setting yourself up to go into the fullness of what God has in store when you engage with a purpose. The dates of September 8 and 9 are not arbitrary. They might have been chosen by God. The ideal time is in God's land. We often think we are prepared for something, but God knows when to deliver benefits in a way that will make the most difference. You may not be prepared for the blessing if it arrives too soon. It can lose its importance if it arrives too late. But those 2 days come at the ideal time. Throughout the ready seasons, God has been preparing, shaping, and honing you. Everything is in alignment now. The put-off you've mastered has turned into not denial. It turned into heavenly guidance. Now that the waiting period is over, the vaults of heaven are truly open to let you access the things that have been kept for you. The moment has arrived. You are in line with what heaven is prepared to accomplish, and the time couldn't be more ideal. The previously locked doors will be flung wide open on September 8 and 9, bringing you into a fresh season of heavenly favor. When the money comes in, it will be easy. The benefits will manifest in both material and non-material ways. Financial miracles will appear like techniques that can most effectively be characterized by supernatural intervention. Some people may take pleasure in unexpected bills, debt forgiveness, or even a fantastic financial fortune. The blessing wouldn't stop that, however. It will also occur in ways that transcend financial considerations. Relationships that have been strained might be healed. Once closed doors will suddenly open wide, opening up fresh options. The manner will be cleared for those who have been anticipating the right task, the right date, with the right leap forward. You could get phone calls, emails, or invitations that alter the course of your life. The desire this is arriving with will transport you into rooms you didn't even prepare to enter, allowing you entry to impossibilities you have been wishing for. The manifestations of the payoff could be so overpowering that you will, in appearance, return, and remark, It's best God should have accomplished this. The quiet seasons of your life are coming to a close. Heaven hath been keeping track of every private prayer you've ever spoken, every sacrifice you've made, and every moment of obedience when no one else was there to see it. Although they will offer vindication, September 8th and 9th won't be the most beneficial days. God is ready to affirm what you've been through. Those periods of self-doubt, religious uncertainty, and wondering whether or not everyone noticed your struggle or passed. For your personal struggles, you will now be admired by the public. Popularity, new opportunities, and prizes for your patience will all serve as forms of vindication. Your commitment will be publicly acknowledged. People who had doubts about you could suddenly realize that God was always with you. This isn't necessarily about being satisfied. It is by no means an accurate representation of God's faithfulness. Your public testimony will now be the result of your obedience inside the quiet. Earthly remuneration is not the same as divine repayment. Reimbursement in the foreign market is mostly determined by your accomplishments, prestige, and efforts. Reimbursement, however, is contingent upon your patience, integrity, and obedience in God's nation. The benefit you will get on September 8th and 9th may be much more than what you have merited with your own efforts. In essence, divine recompense does not restore what was lost. When you double what you have and add additional, it comes to round miles. Moving from a position of survival to one of wealth is possible. It's not always a simple compensation that you get. It's higher. The compensation may be abundant, miraculous, and heavenly, propelling you into the future. You could have more than enough, but you won't have the most effective. Your lives will take a different turn as a result of this divine compensation, preparing you for the next phase of your journey. You are not the only one who will benefit from the favor and blessings you are receiving on September 8 and 9. It's going to overflow into your own family and generations to return. God is launching supply and need into your lineage via you. That is a gift for generations to come, one that will break cycles of poverty and provide opportunities for your children, grandkids, and even your ancestors. You won't be able to halt the overflow. Your loved ones' lives will be impacted, ensuring that they experience the same blessing and fulfillment that you are. God will bless those who arrive when you do, just as He will bless you. For your family, your obedience is creating a new standard of popularity, a fad of plenty, longing, and divine supply. These days, this is not the case. Your legacy is significantly more important. You're entering into a season when you may leave a generational mark, setting the method for future generations to walk in divine choosing. Prophetic dates of divine significance are September 8 and 9. Religious laws are conveyed by these dates, codes intended to unlock the things in your life that have been delayed or denied. Now you will get what was before out of your grasp. This reset is prophetic, a moment when heaven changes the story of your life. We are breaking old patterns of delay, misunderstanding, and obstruction. Additionally, a brand new fashion season is about to debut. God's purpose for your lives hasn't been abandoned. Sincerely, it has been waiting for the right moment. There is more to the reset that is happening right now than a simple situational swap. It is in accordance with God's timeline. It is possible to bring anything that has been out of harmony back into divine alignment. These dates will act as a powerful trade stimulant, relocating everything to its proper location. The difficulties you have encountered have not been in vain. Every challenge, stressful situation, and project you have faced has been building your capacity to manage the blessings that are going to be released. Through each challenge, you have been put to the test, refined, and fortified. You would lack the perseverance to bear the weight of the impending decision if it weren't for the conflict. You are no longer meant to be overcome by the pressure you experienced in the hereafter. It's meant to make you stretch. You are now prepared with the September 8th and 9th method. The moment for reward has come, and the time for combat is ended. Your patience has brought you the rewards you are about to receive, and you are ready to handle them with grace. Your dispute converted into the coaching for the greatness that is presently happening. With a lot of documentation, the divine price will be accessible. In terms of money, you can get unexpected credits, reimbursements, asset sales, or new agreements. The benefits, however, go beyond financial gain. You could experience emotional healing, the healing of old wounds, and the mending of damaged relationships. On a spiritual level, you will naturally gain clarity, a revitalized sense of purpose, and fresh vision. There is no one place in life where divine payment is limited. It will touch every aspect of your life. God will supply abundantly because He knows exactly what you want. These advantages are meant to uplift you, give you more strength, and prepare you for the next phase of your adventure. Divine payment isn't always very much constructing your present-day demands. It's about preparing you for your future. There will be publicity when God pours out His blessings into your lives. The upcoming desire will make the true motivations of people around you clear. You can no longer trust anybody who says they can assist you. Clarity and discernment will be brought on September 8th and 9th. God will make it clear to you who is really in line with your logic and who is undoubtedly abusing your success. You will see the true causes of these in your group during that period of heavenly exposure. Because it will protect you from harm in the future, it is a blessing in and of itself. The notoriety that comes with this blessing will help you make the necessary changes for your relationships and put yourself in the company of those who will support and encourage you in this next season. To walk in the fullness of your blessing, discernment is essential. The blessing you're about to acquire will now not simply exchange your situations. It will change who you are. You'll enter a completely different version of yourself. One of them is determined by heavenly desire rather than conflict. The version of yourself that comes out after September 8th and 9th may be more confident, more capable, and more in line with your divine purpose. Your previous hardships and grief will not determine who you are. Because you are favored and anointed for greatness, you will instead live in the fullness of your divine calling. The change could be so significant that you'll be shocked at your own progress. It's possible that your identity may entirely change from one of survival to plenty, from scarcity to surplus. You will get payment for more than simply your current situation. It smiles in your future and the fate of your own family. Generational benefits will begin on September 8 and 9. You are entering a moment when the heritage of your family might constantly change. Not only will what you get affect your life, but it will also provide consolation to your descendants in the future. You get the double portion. 2 paychecks went back to the lower back. The motivation for the prosperous and successful legacy of your own family will be laid by the desire that is coming your way. This is a second generational effect in which the advantages of God overflow into the lives of folks who will come after you. Your faithfulness has brought your family to a new degree of favor that will last for many years. Heaven's real currency is far greater than money. God is unleashing more than simply financial gains. He is letting go of desire, clarity, equilibrium, and serenity. The kingdom's true riches are them. Your heart will be filled with an unfathomable peace. Balance may be mounted in every location of your life. Your ability to read your vision will help you make decisions that will lead to success. Prefer will let you through doors that no one else could. Those benefits are priceless and permanent. Real wealth is more than simply the amount of money in your bank account. It has to do with the flow of peace, readability, and favor into all aspects of your lives. God is truly releasing these riches, and they are far more valuable than money. Prepare yourself for the heavenly reward. Discuss the advantages you want to achieve. Assume they already exist and continue to act as if they do. Get rid of every uncertainty and anxiety from your heart. Prepare your hands to catch hold of the overflow that is coming. Align yourself with the blessing by doing reasonable actions. Create a space in your heart and head for completely new possibilities. Practice budgeting for an increase. Let go of any resentment, unforgiveness, or distractions that can impair your ability to learn. That is a period of active faith. Make the necessary preparations so that you may walk in the fullness of what God has planned for you. The 8th and 9th of September can be days of heavenly preference. They may signal the beginning of a new phase in your lives, one that is filled with wealth, breakthrough, and overflow. Say it, believe it, and spread it as if the benefits were already here. This isn't a random occurrence. This is a wonderful compliment. Success isn't always like this. That is legacy. You've persisted. And now the moment has arrived for God to express His desire in a manner as a method to leave you dumbfounded. Your breakthrough is right here. Get prepared to step into the blessings that have been stored up for you. It's your second. Amen.